And so it's all down this left side, right? Now the left side is all to do with your past. And the right side's all to do with your future as a general rule. Any aches and pains on the right side, future, or a gentleman. Left side, past, or a lady. Right, so we're going to start working on you. But there's been something recently as well that's aggravating things. What happened just recently?
Oh, well, it's just, like, since the accident happened, I'm not very flexible.
Yeah.
And I had quite a bad day of driving on Friday and lots of reversing and twisted everything out of alignment again.
Right, okay, right, so we'll work on that as well. Right, so all you've got to do is relax. Cool. Right, so again, I'm recognising that the healing's coming from a higher power, God, that we're all a part of. And God is within us all, and God surrounds us all. And as we go through the evening, I'll explain a little bit about that. Right now, I'm asking for healing for Lois, and as I'm doing so, the surgeon is keeping me at this distance. Right, a healing has been granted, but he's keeping me at this distance. So is it about a year since this happened?
Yeah, just over a year.
Yeah, okay. Right, the first thing he's doing is he's looking at the very back and base of your skull. When you went down, did you hit the back of your head?
No. Not
that you're aware of? No, okay. That's the first place he's taking me to, is in the back of here. Now that might be the recent turning in the car then. Right, you see he's brought me quite a way forward now. This movement here, he's moving things. You've got a physical body, then around your physical body you've got the human energy field, or the aura. It's got 7 layers to it. And he's moving energy between layers 3 and 4. Now, any sensation for you, Lois? Any warmth, any tingling? What's the sensation?
No,
Nothing that's you notice at the moment. That's fine.
perhaps a bit calmer.
Calmer. Calmer's always good, isn't it? So you'll see he moves me, and sometimes he'll move a leg. Sometimes it's a subtle movement. Sometimes it's a big movement. Now you can take photographs at any time during the first half. Okay, and what you'll get is really strange phenomenon. Sometimes it's beams of light, sometimes it's glows. We had a lady recently where her knees were glowing aquamarine. Another gentleman, his hand was bright yellow. We get lots of interesting phenomena, so feel free to take photographs. As you do so, use a flash, that helps them show up, and intend, just telepathically intend to photograph spiritual phenomena. Right. Okay, now, what the entity is saying to me, I'll just explain. Entity is another word for spirit. You or I, we think of ourselves as a soul in a body. When we're no longer got a physical form, we're then a spirit or an entity. What the entity is saying to me is that at the time this happened, there were a lot of responsibilities on your shoulder, and it felt like everything was falling to you. Nobody was helping. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Now things have changed a little bit since then. Yeah, because there's not the same. It's probably because of you being injured. There's not so much now on your shoulders. That's one of the things that can happen. So if you feel like there's a lot on your shoulders, there's a lot on your shoulders. Yeah, and then you get problems with your shoulders. Or another classic one is, I need a break. I need a break. Somebody then breaks a leg or an arm. They get time off work, the responsibilities get taken off them. So it's like a self-righting mechanism. Now your father must be in the spirit world.
Yes.
He's just come through behind you, because sometimes when I've got Dr. Lois showing me, the spirits that are relatives to you will come through, loved ones that you've got a connection with, and he's just reminding you that you are loved. Yeah. I know he wasn't always the most affectionate man, but you always did know he loved you in his own way, didn't you? But he's just saying, just tell her from me, she's always loved. You need to know that. That's one of the things that needs healing. It's very important feeling loved, isn't it? It's right up there in my top 5 in terms of quality of life things. you know, feeling love for somebody else, or a family, children, pets even, and feeling love is really up there. Sound is used, that's because, let's say for example, you're crossing the road, and as you're crossing the road there's a screech of brakes and a car's hurtling towards you, you know you're going to get hit, your whole body's going to go and hold on to energy, yeah? And then nothing can flow through. The good energy with the nutrients can't get into the cells, the waste matter can't get out. And we do that whenever there's a particular thought that is judging a situation as not being right for us. There's resistance present in our bodies. And so you've got a couple of things. You've got the build-up of responsibility before this. Then you've got the in the lavatory. And that, you know, your life flashes before your eyes, doesn't it, when you go down with a jolt. So all of that's got to be taken out of the body. Now, how's it feeling, this left side? Is it getting a bit warmer?
It's twitching.
It's twitching, yeah.
My leg's been twitching.
Yeah, that's your own intelligence. This is an amazing piece of kit. You know, if you eat an apple, that apple goes into your stomach, gets digested, and becomes eyeball, nose, liver, kidneys. Isn't that amazing? It's amazing. It's miraculous, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's absolutely miraculous. And so every part of your body can heal. We've just got to find what is stopping it. And what's going on with conventional medicine is they're only looking on a physical level. Let me give you an example. If I were to give you a broccoli seed and say, right, show me how that grows into a broccoli, you could dissect it any which way, and you can't. You can't see it on a physical level. The intelligence is there, but it's on a non-physical level. In the same way that you or me, this is my face, but it's the me I present to you. You can't see the real me. I'm somewhere back here. Same as your face isn't the real you. You ever had that feeling when you look in the mirror and you think, well, I shouldn't look like that. I don't feel like that. Yeah? So there is a physical reality and there's also a non-physical reality. And in terms of health, it's the non-physical reality that drives the health. If you are happy and fulfilled, your body's likely to be healthy. If you're bitter and twisted, the colon's going to start getting twisted. If you're angry, your gallbladder's going to play up. If you're pissed off, your bladder. If you're not letting go of the old shit, the bowels, you're going to be constipated. Yeah? If you're not standing up for yourself, it'll be your legs. If you're worrying about details, it'll be your toes. So wherever the resistance is within your body, just notice where it is in your body, and it will tell you something about what is it you're not liking in your life at the moment. Right, Lois, we're going to get you walking around just to see how that feels.
You want me with or
with it? With that for now. With that for now. Let's just see how you go. Just see if it's getting any freer. Starting to get a bit freer, yeah. Less pain.
Yeah.
Percentage-wise, how much less would you say?
About 70%.
70% less.
Especially after sitting on a low chair and getting up.
Yeah.
You know, you saw how I walked out here after sitting on that chair. That's pretty normal for how I walk after sitting on a low chair.
That's not bad, is it? 70% better already. Right now, what I need you to do now is just come here and face that way, because I want to get into the spine. All right. Now what he's doing now, he's sweeping a level very close into the aura. This is an electric blue. It's like a grid of lines that go down and across. It's like a mesh. There's some energy stuck in here. And you'll see it's almost like a clawing motion. He's trying to dislodge it. starts banging my foot, what he's doing is he's grounding energy. He's taking away the energy that you don't need in your body. Any sensation for you, Lois? What's that feeling like?
A little bit dizzy.
A bit dizzy. Every now and then I do have to catch a person. They usually let me know, but it's been a few times people pass out. It's the energy. No, I'm fine. Right, can I have a few more steps, Lois? See how that feels? I've still got to get into the lower part of the spine. I've done the top part now. How's that feeling as you're walking?
I'm not really in pain.
You're not really in pain now?
I might be walking funny from habit, but I'm not really in pain. And I'm doing my knees at 8 o'clock.
That's good, isn't it? Now, just flip around again, face that way. I just want to check the lower spine as well. Now, if I could just lay on hands, I would. Because I know it looks bloody stupid what I do. But it works, it's so effective. It's so effective, I can't not do it, can I? Because it's very rare I can't help a person, very rare. The only time when I can't help a person is when they're holding rigidly to a belief or a perception. I had a gentleman recently, I won't say where we were in one of the shows, and he got a problem with a finger. And fingers are all about attention to detail. And this gentleman, I said, you're worrying too much about the details, you need to stop worrying about the details. And he says, well, my nickname at work is ATD, which is attention to detail. And he didn't want to change, and so I couldn't fix his finger. Yeah? Because that's the way it was manifesting. He was being too much of a stickler, and his workmates were teasing him, calling him that, and he wasn't picking up on that and becoming a bit more flexible, and so the hand was starting to stiffen up to show him he was being a stickler. Now, Lois, what sensation have you got at the moment?
I feel a bit nauseous.
A little bit nauseous. Yeah, this is the stuff that's coming out. This is, you know, when you have a fall and you do feel nauseous, that horrible feeling, that's what's being pulled up, and it's coming out of here, just there. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so I've not seen x-rays, you've told me it's your back, but I can actually pinpoint where the injury was, just by feeling it, eh? Right, now, I'm wanting to say go for a run. Let's try to get out your stick this time. Go on. And we'll have to say, put a smile on the dial as well. Everybody can't smile. She's going to smile at you, you're going to smile back at her. When we smile at somebody, it's a blessing.
It's just nervousness. That's, you know,
Yeah.
I've learned over the year to favour that.
You have, so I'm just going to do some little clicking around your head. That's it. Keep going, keep walking. Because what happens is, in our minds, we create a story for the illness. We give it a past and we give it a future. Yeah, whereas we need to break that. You actually need to look and see, in this moment, is there pain, is there restriction, is there limited movement? How are you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Yeah. She doesn't look like she needs that help, does she?
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I can have it, she says. I think the hospital might want it back though. Don't come cheap. Now.